It is weird though, isn't it? How people meet. Like how would you like describe how we're friends?
Well, I was trying to cop a K-Tronada ticket for my friend. So obviously I was looking on Twitter. And the amount, because like you have to be sort of very strategic in the sense that you have to make sure that you're not getting a ticket from a fake account. So I was trying to look for a...
Have you seen those ones where like they'll literally like reply to everyone who like wants to
Yes,
for something?
yes, definitely. So I try to avoid those ones. I was trying to look for someone, because usually how I go about it is I try and look for someone who has like a good like follower to following ratio, so it ensures more of my that they're actually real.
Yeah.
And they have a pic of their face too.
Yeah.
And they actually tweet other than just selling tickets, so I know, okay, they're actually real. They're just not Russian bots trying to like sell me tickets. So I just saw your tweet and I'm just like, yeah, this one fits into everything authentic. So let me just hit a response and say, yo, I'm interested in getting tickets. So that's how it formed, I guess. But imagine me, it's always me. It's story of my life. I'm always into some fucked up shit. I send my money to the wrong email address.
Yeah, I hate that for you. At least you got it in the end, though.
Yeah, it's so funny.
How much was it? Because I remember, I think I even said
45,
to you, I was like, send me less, because I actually feel sorry for you because you had to pay for it twice.
Yeah, literally. But it was mad. But,
sorry, go on.
But I still had a good time at the K-Tronada concert.
Yeah, was it good? I'm so upset I couldn't go. Like, so upset. These fucking tubes are literally... Was it?
Yeah,
no,
strike.
Or the rail strike.
Yeah.
They're literally killing me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're so annoying. I'm like, come on, give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes it so difficult to get around and do anything. And they're still doing it now. Even yesterday they started doing it. This is what, like, how many months on? Like, 4, 5?
Just give them the money.
Just raise their coins.
Literally, it's so jarring. And then the amount of delays that I had to like even experience today to get here, it was mad. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story, right? So have you heard of Park Life?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, Manchester.
Yeah.
So I desperately wanted to go. It's literally like my personality trait. Park Life's my happy place, like from beginning to end. And I really wanted to go, but I'd missed like the general admission or whatever, or like the sale date. And I found these tickets online, like you said, like a legitimate account, or supposedly. And I messaged the guy. I was like, "Oh, yo, can I please cop 2 tickets? No, 3 tickets even." He was like, "Yeah, sure." Because you can do like a Ticketmaster transfer thing or something, if I can remember rightly. So he said to me, I need you to send me the money before. Right. So then I was like, okay, well, obviously I'm not going to send like £500 like straight up, like maybe like partial. Do you know what I mean? So then he sends me like this like attachment that's locked, right? Like a locked attachment on the email. I've never seen it before, but I was so desperate to go. No. I was just like, yeah, cool, whatever. Sent him the 500 coins.
You're stupid. You're stupid.
My man didn't reply.
Could never be me. So did you even ask for like proof of
like... Yeah, he showed me like confirmation and showed me like, oh, Park Life ticket like locked in this thing. He was like, I'll give you the code when you send me the money. So I sent the money and I was like, oh, yo, can I please have them? I was like in a bit. And I thought,
soz, mate. Could never be me.
But then I contacted Monzo and I was like, yo, I've done something really stupid. And they were like, oh, like, what's up? And I said, because I sent them the screenshots, they were like, yeah, no, it's cool. And then I don't know whether they sent it back or he sent it back, but you'll see it where like, whether his name sends back £500 and you can, Monzo, where you can be like, thank you. So yeah, so now I just don't buy resale tickets because I'm too scared to.
Me, I take the risk regardless. It's worth it at the end. I've never. If
you go to the gig, that is. Imagine you spent all that money and you didn't know. Like, imagine if I was a fake one. What would you do?
Well, I would never be in that situation in the first place. Because man's smart, innit? Man's smart. I have a criteria to determine who's actually legitimate and who's not. So it could never be me.
Yeah, fair. You're better than me.
I managed to do the same with the Tyler, the Creator, when he first came back to London after he was banned.
Was it a show? Was it like a headline show?
Yeah, it was a headline show. He was banned for like 5 years entering the UK.
What was it he did?
I think it was something to do with like homophobic lyrics or something.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Was he not out at this point?
What do you mean?
Was Tyler not out at this point?
Yeah, he was. No, I'm not. Is he gay?
He's queer to some extent. I don't know what exactly, but yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was just like more of like just a persona, but not actually.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure him and Frank Ocean have
Yeah, I know Frank Ocean obviously, but I thought Tyler the Creator he was just a troll. Like he just trolls with.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think so because I thought that one of the albums was about him falling in love with a bloke.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but again, could be wrong. Don't at me, you know. But
yeah. But like I was saying, he was on ban for like 5 years entering the UK due to some homophobic lyrics. And after that, he came back. And then imagine, I think I was in my second year of uni on the laptop on Ticketmaster. 10 a.m. they said they're going to release the tickets. Sold out within seconds. So I was so pissed off. And then I think a few months down the line, I was trying to do as my usual criteria, trying to see who's.
Why don't you just buy tickets when they go on sale?
Pardon?
Why don't you just buy tickets when they go on sale?
Because they're sold out in a second.
I don't know how they do it. I reckon people must be queuing for literally ages.
Yeah,
When I went
literally.
to see Beyonce, I was on the queue since 7 a.m. in the morning because I thought if I don't get tickets, I'm breaking in, or I'm going to break into whoever's got tickets and take the tickets from them from their yard.
Yeah, people are just jobless, obviously, because I had stuff to do during that time as well. So some people are just jobless, so they have all the time in the world to like wait for days to be in that queue. But people like me, I have other stuff that's going on in my life, so I can't obviously have the time of day to like plan and strategize. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do to get these tickets on time. Like,
Yeah, all right.
so,
Say less.
Literally.
Right, so I'm seeing Lil Nas X tonight. My husband. I was saying to one of my mates earlier because I'm like, am I obsessed? No, I'm not obsessed. But get this, yeah. So I said to my friend, I hope you're watching this. I said to my friend, when the tickets go on sale, I do not want to pay for a ticket that is more than 50 quid because concerts are fucking expensive, aren't they? They're too much, man. I was like, if it's more than 50 bars, do not catch it. I don't want it, right? You get. So my mate rings me as I bought the tickets. I was like, oh, they were £50. Fair play, let's go. She goes, nah, 100. I thought, what have you bought it for then? What have you bought it for? Nah. But I am quite excited, to be fair.
Yeah.
And like, I thought there was just gonna be like a lot of like black queerness, which is like
Love it.
So you might see me with a husband next time you see me.
We'll see. He's my twin, by the way. Well, I wouldn't say exactly.
I don't see it.
You don't see it.
You're both cute, but I don't think. But like, I don't. I
think you know what it is. We just have big noses and big lips, and we have similar skin tones and like somehow the similar hairstyle. Lil Nas is probably watching me. Yeah, I know he's probably taking tips from me, even though I'm irrelevant. But still, I set trends.
Your eyes are different.
Yeah.
And your facial hair's different.
Yeah, he has more facial hair than me, unfortunately.
Do you think?
Does he not have facial hair?
I don't think he has much. Quite like stubbly in it.
Oh yeah, mustache in it. Yeah, he has a mustache.
But there's not really much going on here like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a difference, but yeah.
Would you go there?
Pardon?
Would you go there?
Oh, Lil Nas, yeah. The thing is, he's really good looking, but sometimes he's like with various hairstyles, I have to question. Like, I even forgot some of the hairstyles he's done in the past, but I feel like no. And he's a very good looking dude, but sometimes he does radical stuff to his appearance that make you like be a bit put off or turned off by him.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like with him, sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah,
and it's not even like how camp is. It's just him as a person. It's just too much. But I still wouldn't say no to. I really fancy him. Like really, really fancy him. But
do you has he ever like stated his type before? Like
he hasn't, but I think it's just black men. That's the impression I've gotten.
Because
that's fine.
Because his boyfriend was like, well, his ex was like, was he black or mixed?
I think he was black.
Okay.
Like light skinned, I think. He was fit though. He was very handsome.
Definitely. Very.
there's something, right? And this goes on like all the time, but it's been made very like visible to me at the moment, right? And I see it all the time on TikTok, and I'm not for this at all. Yeah, I'm not for this at all. I'm seeing like a lot of like queer guys that are like purposely going for straight men.
I mean, in my experience, I know a lot of gay people who said that it's like almost like a desire in wanting to have sex with straight guys.
Yeah.
My theory is that maybe the reasons why they're drawn to straight guys is maybe because typically straight guys are more masculine, and that's
More than not, yeah.
So that's what they're more attracted to, and then maybe because there's more straight guys than there are gay guys, so there's more people for them to like be attracted to in a sense.
Yeah.
Because the gay pool is much more smaller, so there's not many.
Do you think it is though? Do you think it is, or do you think people aren't out?
I think it's probably both.
Yeah. I think. How many times am I going to say I think? I think there are so many more people that are like not necessarily gay, but like bi or queer into some capacity, right? But because of whatever reason, they're just like they're not with it yet, or they're not out, which obviously makes it seem like there's less options, and really it's just like they're just like not visible, are they?
Yeah.
You know?
But I can't be asked to really look into who's actually.
It's long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very long.
And it's quite like I feel like it's quite I don't know. I feel like it's quite like degrading. Like you're like kind of like limiting your options to someone who isn't happy to like be out with you. I'm not a hand holder, but I'd like to have the option. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think in my experience, I kind of do take my time to understand their situation, but I feel like if it's a case where you just deny, then I don't think it's worth.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between like denying it completely.
Yeah.
And then like not being out to your friends, but like being really affectionate to you two behind closed doors. That I can kind of like, move to that somewhat. But even then, I don't really want to. I saw this TikTok the other day, right? And this guy was like, "Oh, I love straight man, then I can get their dick anytime I want." I thought, no, you can't. Cut the bullshit. No, you fucking can't. Like, why do you actually want to purposely get with straight men? It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And your people are out there chilling. There's probably some lonely man that would happily like date you. Do you know what I mean? And I just think when you're like, I don't know, it's so fucked up, isn't it? I don't get it.
Or maybe they just want to fill the void of feeling more womanly. That's why I link it back to like the masculinity, in the sense that, yeah.
Tell we got a sociologist in the house.
Yeah, of
Karl
course.
Marx, but black.
Literally. So yeah, I feel like it's probably attributed by that, and the sense of just wanting to feel more like the woman within that sexual dynamic.
Yeah.
That they probably won't really feel enough of if they were with a gay person. So yeah.
You also get it though where like, and you have it like the other like, is it other flip of the coin, other side of the coin? Do you know which one it is?
I don't know. Did you do this?
Something with the coin.
Yeah.
And you have it where like they're not straight men, are they? So like down low men.
Oh, down low, yeah.
Or like discreet men.
Yeah.
Are like really like what is the word? You can cut this, it's fine. I just can't think of the word.
I can't think of the word either as well, no.
Very fuck, man. This happens all the time.
Is it similar to like down low and closeted?
Yeah, no. It's not like another word for being down low and closeted. It's like what they are. Being very I don't know, like very like pick and miss. I remember there was this one guy who I was talking to time ago, yeah, and he used to always say to me, he was like, I don't like guys, I just love pleasure.
I am confused.
I don't love guys, I just love pleasure. I don't like guys, Thing is, right, I'm not being funny. I get that guys are more difficult. No, sorry. I get that girls are more difficult to graft. I really do understand that. But I'm not being funny. There are some, like, I love the women. Do you know what I mean? I love the women. Don't get it wrong. But there are some women that are just as hungry as the men. Not as many. Nowhere near as many. So, like, when I have guys move to me and they say to me, like, oh, I prefer girls. Oh, like, I don't like guys, I just love pleasure.
they're wasting your time. I would just be like, what?
But there will be a girl out there who will give you the
Yeah,
pleasure.
yeah.
That's what
Literally.
I don't get.
You know, I was watching a video like a few weeks ago, like literally forgot the exact YouTuber's name, but she was talking about how like there's like the 10% of, I think it was men, that women always go for, and like the rest of the percent women don't usually
What's
go
the
for.
10%?
The men who are usually like, they're very attractive in all aspects, like they have a career going on, like they are like the desirable alpha male type of thing that women always go for. And they don't want anything serious. They're not really committed to anything else. But the other percent of men are wanting something more serious. But the women always ignore the rest of that percentage,
right,
in a way. And that sort of like affected their perceptions in terms of like dating and sex, because now I guess there's more of a case where a lot more women now are saying that men are trash, because of the fact that I feel like typically women are the first to catch feelings, and because of that top 10% of men that they always go for, they usually don't want anything serious at that moment. Then they get their feelings hurt, and I guess those feelings turns into resentment against that 10% of men, even though in reality that's not necessarily the case. It's just that you're always going for the same type of men who are not always serious and committed, in a way.
That's really shit.
Yeah,
that's really shit. Because then it's like there's a fat percent of blokes that just left.
Yeah.
God, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Do you have a type then?
Yeah, so obviously my standard is like black. I don't really care for height.
How tall are you?
5'7", but I do prefer someone who's a bit more taller. But then again, like if you're a bit shorter than me, I don't really care. Slim, muscular, and I think that's about it really. Although I've had a like obsession lately with like brown and dark skinned guys with like longer hair, with like a few tattoos. Like if I can say celebrities, maybe it'll make it a bit more clearer. So I'll say specifically at the moment, there's a basketball player called Ja Morant. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but oh my days, he's so lame. Like if you're watching this, fly me to America. Yes, I know you have a child, but I can be your second. No,
your side piece, baby.
Yeah. Who else? I even forgot. There's a guy called Trevante Rhodes as well. You know the guy in Moonlight. Yeah, he's very lame.
Put your hand down.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's very lame. There was another person as well, Diggy Simmons, and there's a guy from Tottenham. If you listen to Drill, OFB, Double L's, oh my days.
Are any of these guys gay?
No. It's kind of ironic how we were just talking about how gay guys always go for like straight guys, but it's just more so of a thing where they're just more quantity of them that you can find more people to be attracted to, that you really don't get as much within the gay community. So yeah,
I feel like what's my type? Thing is, right, people always cuss me when I say my type, because my type isn't what I've like, doesn't match my history, doesn't add up. So everyone's like, how the fuck does that work? My type is definitely go away. My type is definitely like black guys.
Yeah.
But like, I want to make it clear, it's not a physical thing. Like, it's not like, wow, you have brown, black skin, like, come on, like, get me. It's not like that. It's just like, I'm really bored with having to like try and like, I don't know, like teach culture. Do you know what I mean? Teach what you can say and what you can't. I told you this before I actually started filming. There's a guy who I used to speak to who was trying to learn Patwa for me. I said, pardon? I said, pardon?
Wait, was he black?
No.
White?
Yeah.
Girl, what led you to the first place with that?
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
Center. Don't judge me.
I could never, but yeah.
Yeah, but obviously, like that, and that was like the red flag for me. And then I was like, oh fucking hell! Like, come on, let's cut this off. But yeah, no, I just feel like, and I'm all for the interracial relationships. Love them. I think when you can meet someone that really like embraces and like loves and shows passion for your culture, that's great. Just do it in a way where you're not taking the fucking piss and exploiting it. That's all I ask. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm a baby of an interracial relationship. Do you know what I mean? It'd be hypocritical not to say I'm not for them. I was talking to someone the other day, and I'm not going to lie to you. If someone says to me, mainly black guys, that they don't date within their own race, I'm looking at them sideways.
Yeah, definitely self-hatred.
Let me tell you why. So I was talking to someone the other day, and they said to me, a straight black guy, and they said to me, I don't date black women. I don't fancy black women. I said, and you know what? If you have if you have a preference, do you know what? Fair enough. I think everyone subconsciously has one.
Yeah.
If you have a preference for white people, fair enough. However, you're telling me, you're telling me that you find every single black woman on the planet not attractive. That doesn't make sense. Fair enough, you have your preference. I get that. Go with your preference, work with it. But you're telling me you would pick every single white person over every single black person. You're clearly insecure. You
guarantee you they'll pick them fat white girls. You know, like how them Jamaican men, they always choose them fat white girls over some sexy leg black girls, yeah? Them ones there.
What's your heritage?
I'm Ghanaian.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, obviously I don't know too much about culture like that.
Yeah.
Because my mum was also born here as well. So in a way, I felt like I haven't had that traditional like African experience in a way. Yeah, my dad is like, he's proper fresh, but the thing is that I was in a like single parent household.
Yeah, same.
So mainly I was just living with my mom. So it was my mom to teach me about certain stuff and everything like that. So I wasn't really.
What are you then, like is it like second generation?
Yeah, second generation.
Same with my grandparents, yeah.
And then on my mom's side as well, her brothers, as in my uncles, they're in interracial relationships or like multi-ethnic type of relationships. So there's one with a Jamaican woman. So I have an older, like half Ghanaian, half Jamaican cousin. And the other one is with a white woman. So I have a lot of like mixed cousins on my mom's side. And then obviously on my dad's side, I don't know too much because I'm obviously not close to him.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's the African culture. I will still like, I'm a proud Ghanaian. I still strongly identify myself as one, but I don't really have that genuine African experience in a sense that.
I feel like even if you weren't born in Ghana, you're not going to, are you? Yeah. Same with me in Jamaica. I'm a Jamaican man, well and through, but like I can't like say to I can't express and embrace my culture as much as someone who's come from the ends and has come to live here has. Like, even like, do you know White Yardie?
Yeah.
That man, right, gets so much slander. And I'm thinking, do you know what? He's more Jamaican than half of us.
Yeah.
I remember when he was on did you watch the thing with ZZ Mills and Yinka?
No.
It's really good. I recommend it. It's called An Apologetic on 4+, Channel 4. It's really fucking good. And they were there like, how would you say you're Jamaican? I thought, but guys, he's more Jamaican than you lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. People like to equate race as in a sense that they just expect Jamaicans to just be all black when there's actually white Jamaicans too. There's like Asian Jamaicans as well. Like, it's just not black people who come from Jamaica. So I feel like that's a thing that I have a perception that you can, if you're from Jamaica, you can only be black. You can't be anything else. And I think that's the problem.
And like, I feel like as black people who like are so often like are pushed out, for you to then push white people out. Like a bit, I get like obviously like treasuring and like securing your culture and looking after it, but like not when someone was actually born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Don't piss me off.
Yeah.
This guy was going on about like the worst like messages he's been sent by guys. I was like, that's quite interesting. So I'm going to do mine. I'm intrigued to hear your reaction. I should have asked you to do yours as well. That could have been a really fucking good comparison. We move. We move. All right. How many do I have? 4. No, 5. All right. Sweet, short and sweet. I can destroy you.
No, you can fuck off about destroying me.
Imagine, I'm delicate, I'm gentle. Very much like I don't entertain any. Well, actually, no, I
Yeah.
do a little bit. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, needs must when you're single and lonely.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I get these messages and I think, what? Like, I think guys misunderstand the difference between flirting and verbal sexual assault. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no like undertone to it. Do you know what I mean? There's no gentleness. There's no like
Literally.
There's no easing into it. It's literally just.
Yeah, they think with their dick, not with their brains. That's what they say all about men. So yeah, that's what you get in cases like that.
I bet you're incredible at sucking dick. Mandem, you're never gonna know.
I mean, I'll expect someone to say that about me. I've got that before as well, because obviously I have big lips. So obviously I'm good. But yeah.
But you know what? When I get that message, I think, mate, you're never gonna know. You know?
No.
Because like I don't really like sexual talk. It's just a bit too much. I think unless obviously we're together, because that's different, isn't it? But like when you're like, if I'm like talking to someone, just like in like I guess like in a romantic way, but it's like very like fresh. I think if you're talking sexual talk so early on, it's like you don't actually want to know me.
Yeah,
You just want to go in. Yeah.
Off, literally.
I would shag your ass so hard right now.
Have you even seen your ass?
He's never going to, no.
No.
So for Halloween, I always wear contacts because I look really fucking good. I think people literally say to me, like, you look better in Halloween than you do throughout the rest of the year. Bit rude. But this guy said to me, can I fuck you whilst you're wearing your contacts?
No, you cannot. You can fuck off somewhere else.
Tell him, boy, bye.
No.
Is that camera still filming?
Oh no, it's frozen. Oh no, yeah, it's moving. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you can't make it up, can you? Honestly, like sometimes I look at these messages and I think, do I give off slag? Like, do I give?
Yeah, it really makes you question
Do
yourself.
I give off slag? Because I'm just thinking, why is it so hard? Yeah. For guys to just be like, oh, hey, how are you? You're looking nice. Even if a guy was to message me, oh, like, you look good. Do you know what I mean? Because even if I'm not interested initially, if I'm ever like, I don't know, thinking for whatever reason about whoever, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's the really nice guy who said I look good, who said I'm cool or whatnot. Whereas like, when my guy's like, I would sneak you in, but my mum would hear me in.
No, I'll kick you out if you ever came inside my house.
Lelo came inside my house and said, like, Kevin,
literally.
inside of. Are you the type? Would you bring a boy home?
No.
Would you not?
No. I don't want to disrespect my mom. Like, I can't. It's just not.
But like, not like in the sense like bring them home like to your yard to but like bring them home to your home.
I mean,
we can cut this out if needs be.
It depends on the context.
Like, you've got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And you want them to meet your parents.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, that's what I meant.
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
Does it take a lot? Like, would it take a lot?
In a sense of
like bringing someone home to meet your family.
I mean, there was like a potential. He's already met my mom, so it was kind of like from there. It actually makes me more like, yeah, he's the one type of thing, innit?
Yeah, of course.
So I wouldn't mind. Like, literally, it's just more of a thing where I'll have to discuss with my mom beforehand, and that's like more of like the overwhelming bit. Yeah, really,
for sure.
Yeah,
I have that type of mum, right? Big up, and she's like she's so invested, like to the point where I'm thinking this is too much. Like we went shopping the other day, and there was this guy. No idea what he is, what he's into. Mum was like, "Oh, he's cute." I was like, "Mum, what are we supposed to do?" This one time she was getting the bus, and I know for a fact if she sees this, she'll deny it. And she rang me and was like, "Oh, Jordan, I've just seen a really cute guy near the bus." I was like, "Well, what? I'm not there, Mum. So what do you want me to do? Do you know what I mean?"
You know, the funny thing is, sort of different, yeah. But my mom expected me to be attracted to white guys. Like, I was just like, that's so offensive. I was like, what makes you think that? When I was discussing more of her type, she was like, so why are you not interested in white men? And I just told her, like, no, they're not my type. Like, what makes you think that I'll be attracted to white guys? Like, bruv, I live in Tottenham. There's full of black people. I went to a black school. Like, where is the correlation? And I'm just like,
Does your mum like white guys?
No, well, she had me with a black man. So,
Yeah, I know, but like
yeah.
like in like recent times.
I mean, I'm not too sure about her dating life. I can't lie, she's been single for time. I hope she gets a white man or something like that. But I don't know too much of her type, but I feel like she'll be.
No, I'm just thinking if she's asking you that, I thought, is that because she's into white guys, you know?
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's what I'd be thinking.
It's never crossed my head until now, you know.
Oh.
Maybe that's why.
Sorry, Aaron Mumsy.
But yeah, it's just a thing. Like, why would you just assume that I'll be?
Yeah, and I feel like, and do you know what? And this sounds really awful, but I think like, and if anyone watches this and you get offended, you're clearly part of the problem. Let's be honest. But I feel like a lot of queer black people. I don't know what it's like in London, to be fair. So I can't. I don't, like all my black friends in London like do like black men. So I can't really comment. But that's only like 10 people. But a lot of the black queer people I know do gravitate towards white guys.
Yeah, I know that as well. Well, not in my friendship group, period. But I feel like
as a whole, genuinely.
Yeah, in general, and I feel like maybe it's because like maybe LGBT culture in general has just like
centered around like whiteness. Yeah.
So I think maybe that could be the case on why so many queer black people gravitate towards white men. I feel like in terms of just feeling more accepted,
like desirability and all that shit.
And a lot of like if there was things to do with like advertisements of like gay couples and there's usually a black guy, it's always with a white man. So I think that's a part of the problem too.
I think we also like really need to normalize like black and black love.
Yeah, definitely.
You know. So I watched Black Panther last night. I know you're not into it.
No, I don't watch no Marvel. Not
even for the people though.
No, I watched Black Panther before, but I can't lie, I forgot everything.
You're ripping my heart out. That's a red flag for me.
But yeah.
But they have a black queer couple in it. Do you know Michaela Cole? Chewing gum?
Yeah. She's Ghanaian as well. Big up, sis.
Yeah, her and some girl, they're a couple in it. And I thought, this is just so refreshing. Because I think like, when we think of like gay and like LGBT, it's like you say, it's white. So like it's just so when I see like a black couple, let's fucking go. Come on, yes.
Literally.
Okay, so let's talk about what's been going on this week. So I don't know if you're too familiar. To be honest, I'm not that familiar, but someone sent it to me earlier within the week, and they were like, "I think this would be a good shout. Please use it." So obviously, there's been a lot of controversy. I hate that word because it's just negative, isn't it? Controversy going on because the trans woman, I think she's like a beauty influencer.
Yeah, influencer.
Yeah, Nikita Dragun. So was put in a men's jail after being arrested. Can we read that thing real quick? So, transgender woman creates content on YouTube, discusses gender identity, covers lifestyle, was held in a men's unit over the incident this week. She's facing charges of disorderly conduct and felony battery of a law enforcement officer. Correct. Court records show after being jailed for at least a day, she has since been released on her own, meaning she didn't have to pay bail. I think she was walking around naked in a hotel or something.
Yeah,
I think that's
what made her do that. Please.
I love the confidence.
No, but like why? Like, was it crack? Like, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, she gives me like
I don't know much
beg
about
vibes, like
beg vibes.
as in like I feel like she does all of these stuff intentional to
Like PR stuff.
Yeah. So I'm just like, what crossed through that girl's head to make her go naked in a hotel? Like,
bucket list, I reckon.
I mean, I would do that too because I have a nice body, but still, I have class. Like, there could be children there. Like,
He's a bougie bitch.
Like, I wonder, but it's awful that she's put in like a men's prison.
This is the thing, and I feel like when I always look at like what place is the most accepting for like LGBT people, queer people as a whole, US is always at the top.
Ironically,
where would you think it would be?
Somewhere in Europe, but not the UK.
No, US.
Oh, US, the States specifically.
Yeah. US is always at the top.
What's that place called again? Is there a Soho in, not Soho,
in London?
No, in one of these states. I forgot to get called again. No, I forgot.
Yeah, but what about the state?
Oh, no. I forgot the place. I know it's
What do they do? What do they say?
in terms of acceptance.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to find out the most accepting state in America, and I literally.
Atlanta, I think.
But that's like predominantly black. I mean, in more.
Oh, just as a whole.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like New York.
No, I forgot a place. I forgot it. I think it was called there's like a place
In London. Is it a place that's also in London?
Yeah, but it's also has the same name
As a place in London?
Yeah, isn't it? It's not Soho, right? Is it?
There is a place in London called Soho.
Yeah, but in America, I'm talking about in the city. I
don't know what you mean, to be honest.
Maybe if I can quickly search up on my phone.
But no, so like America's always seen as the place where like it seems to be the most accepting for like LGBT queer people. So I think this is what I've been made to believe,
it's
because
very religious, firstly, and I think because of that, there's still a lot of laws against people who are LGBT that is just seen normal, because of like there's still a strong Christian culture within the country. So I don't think the United States of America is the most accepting. I just think it's simply the fact that because there's so many gay people that it makes it seem like it's very accepting, when in actual fact, the majority, I feel like in terms of like attitudes and perceptions towards LGBT people, is not strongly supportive of them.
Mm-hmm. So prior to you saying that, I had the take it was, and I just think if a country like that is like going to place a woman, because she is a woman, in a men's institution, it's like, well, what the fuck's the rest of the world going to be like? I feel like, and what really like gets under my skin is a lot of people don't, and obviously I have a couple of trans friends. I don't have many trans friends, but I'm a trans ally. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm always here for trans people, like from beginning to end.
Same.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I think I find it so infuriating, because a lot of the time trans people are detached from LGBTs. Do you know what I mean? When we think of like LGBTs, well, not me, but when people do as a whole, they think of like gay and lesbians and bisexuals. But I don't think trans people are as prioritized as they should be and as valued. And I think that's part of the issue as to why she was put in a men's prison in the first place. I saw a video where she was talking to the judge, and the judge actually said to her, how do I refer to you? How do I speak to you? Like, what do I refer to you as? And I thought, come on, she's a woman. Like, what do you mean? What do you actually mean?
Yeah, that was
rude,
inconsiderate.
Man. Yeah.
Like, isn't it obvious? Like,
I had a conversation with with my mum not too long ago, because I'm very open to dating a trans person. Not that she's fucking mad, but I said to my mum, and I had like a sit-down conversation, and I was like, look, I'm very not that I'm like actively looking to date trans people, because that's also problematic in itself, isn't it? But I was like, look, I will happily date a trans person if it comes to a point where I meet someone who I like, who happens to be trans. I'd like to bring them into our home. I would like for you to be welcoming and accepting. And she said to me, she was like, yeah, for it, I don't care. Who makes you happy makes me happy, type of thing. I can't imagine what that feels like. And I was like, do you know what, mum, you're better than fucking most. But I always say to people, you don't need to understand. You just need to be kind. Understand that you won't understand. I say that to white people all the time. Understand that you won't understand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think with me, specifically, I'm not sure how my mum would react if I was to like date someone who's trans, to be honest. I really don't know. But I feel like she'll probably be more comfortable with me just going for someone of the same sex. I don't know for what reason, but I just feel like
it's a generational thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think we're our generation is like very woke. Do you know what I mean? We're very like there aren't many things that faze me, as long as you're like being safe, respectable, and doing your own thing. Like, who am I to judge? I get really annoyed, because I just think when people are like getting really judgmental and really like nasty about particular things, I just think, why does it bother you? Like, if you're annoyed at someone for being themselves, you've clearly got some like real deep insecure issues. Do you know what I mean? And that's someone that I don't want to like fuck with.
And I think a lot of gay men as well, they are very transphobic. Let me just point that out. In a sense that, they don't really, like you said, they don't really prioritize them a part of like the wider scheme.
And it's almost like you wouldn't, like they wouldn't, a lot of them wouldn't date trans men. And I think, but they're still men though. Like I have a friend who is dating a straight male friend who's dating a trans woman. I don't think she's had her bottom surgery. And I remember people were like very much like, oh, like what's going on there? I was like, but she's still a woman. Come on, man, open your fucking eyes. It really isn't that difficult to understand if you have an open mind. You know what I mean? But you shouldn't even need to have an open mind. It should just be common knowledge.
But what would you say in terms of like sexual compatibility? Because I know some of my gay friends will say that they wouldn't date a trans person because there's the sexual chemistry obviously is going to be a bit more different in that sense.
I can understand it. I can understand why people may be a bit cautious. I think personally I think I'd find a way around it because I don't look at someone and think, fuck, you've got a penis personally. But I can appreciate why people wouldn't. But it's difficult to navigate because this is that's what I thought with my friend, because my friend doesn't like guys. So when I found out, I thought, okay, how does that work then? But I've never asked because you just don't, do you? You just don't. But in answer to your question, I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, I think if I was feeling a person who so happens to be a trans person
with the still like genital below,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be in a situation too where it would be kind of hard for me, but I think I would give it a go just because like I feel like it sort of feels reductive just based off like genitalia
and something you haven't even tried yet.
Yeah, so it's something that I'll be open to. I've never I never dated a trans person though, so it's something that is very eye-opening, and I would consider just for the fact that I've never done something like that before. But in terms of like the sexual compatibility and stuff like that, it will still cross my head from time to time. So, and I feel
like that's because you're not used to it.
Yeah. So it's just more of a thing.
I'm very like open-minded in the sense that like we should all try things once. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we don't like it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And give it a go before you like make such like, I don't know, not irrational, but do you mean like comments about it being like, oh, this isn't for me, this doesn't work, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so definitely I'm on the same boat as well.
Yeah. So let's talk about, I might get this wrong. So the Fenty fashion show is coming up, right? Obviously with Rihanna.
Rihanna, my girl. The only girl I'll turn straight for.
She is leng to be fair.
Very leng. And with A$AP Rocky too, beautiful couple. Those are like my parents in a way. I have like an A$AP Rocky poster in my bedroom, and then on my laptop, my wallpaper is Rihanna. You know that famous Tumblr pic of her smoke? Yeah. So in a way, them lot are like my second parents. So, and that child is very lucky. Like
I just want to know what he looks like
in it. But I saw the rumor. I saw new articles of like them suspecting the child to like take off from both features, but he has like Rihanna's eyes. Yeah. So
he's gonna be gorgeous.
He's a very beautiful child. I'm jealous.
Me as well. But like more so I want like A$AP to be my daddy, but like not like but he's colorist. So.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so the Fenty fashion show, right? I don't know when it happens. I'm not really with fashion too much. I'm a bit slow. So it's been announced that Johnny Depp is going to be the first male model to walk the fashion show.
Yeah, that's very brave of her.
She's like I feel like with age she just cares less and less, which I low key respect. Half me respects it, half me's like, oh, okay, really, like what's going on in? But I just feel like, for me, because people don't, I was saying this to a friend earlier on the way here, people don't seem to understand, you know, all the shit that went down with Johnny Depp and the Amber, whatever her name is.
I haven't been too vested into that topic.
But obviously, you know it's a thing though, don't you?
Yeah.
So obviously there's that, but then she lost most of the cases, but she actually won some as well. But people just see it as like, oh, she did all these awful things, he did nothing. Well, that's not really the case. And for me personally, I just think Rihanna is a very public victim of domestic violence. Do you know what I mean? She was beaten like black and blue. Not even like in a real way she was. And I just think for you to then bring someone onto your fat platform, your fat show, who has also been very publicly abusing women. It just doesn't. It's not in her character. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, I find it ironic because there was I forgot her name. One of like the famous baby mummies. Is it Ari Fletcher or something like that?
I'm not sure.
She made a joke about domestic violence, and she was one of like the savage ex-Fenty ambassadors. But because of that, her joke, obviously, she got taken off from being an ambassador.
Yeah, she fucking should.
So I find that kind of ironic now that she put someone who's known for like domestic violence and abuse and then put him as like one of the top or like the first male
model to walk the show.
So I don't know, like it's kind of because I've heard stuff about apparently how she was abusive to Johnny Depp as well, so it's really a thing where I feel like
it's one of those things you're just never gonna know.
Yeah, but then again, I wouldn't take my chances of putting someone who's
also not even because it's hypocritical for her, but partly because what about all the other women? All the other, because most, like I saw this thing, I think it's like 1 in 4 women will be like attacked or like assaulted in their life, which is just
it's probably even more because
I
some
think it's
would be
more,
afraid to even
And I just think you're like a real, like, you're a supposedly like proper role model for like young women. So why would you do that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think maybe it's the case with Rihanna as well, that I feel like I know how she likes to talk about herself, as in like she doesn't like to live up for anyone. Like she doesn't like to be someone's role model in a way. So I think it's maybe a case with her just having her own agency in not taking regards to anyone else. Like she does what she pleases. It's just like fuck everyone else. Like she has that type of attitude. So I think maybe that could be the case as well.
Yeah.
But hence why she date. I love A$AP Rocky, but like the colorist stuff as well. It's just like it seems very kind of obvious that she doesn't really care for anyone. Like she doesn't live for anyone else. Like she does what she pleases. But I guess if she feels happy, she feels happy in it. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the last bit. This is my favourite part. It's called Tweet of the Week. So basically, did I find this tweet for you?
I saw it on your IG story.
Yeah, you voted.
Yeah.
Did I find this tweet for you? No, but like, did I like... So basically, the way it works is throughout the week, I'll find a tweet which I think is well suited for me and my guests, which we can talk about. And then I put it on the IG, like you just said. My people agree and disagree on the poll, give their reasons why, and then we just go with it. I can't even remember what your response was, to be honest.
I said, wasn't it yes?
Hang on, so...
I forgot.
Tweet of the week.
Oh, if you're not, like, it's had something to do with, like, if you're not ready for a relationship, then...
Tweet of the week. If you're not ready for a relationship, then don't get in one. You will be breaking the people trying to love you.
I agree. Because it's just like, essentially you're wasting their time, and I feel like it will be pretty obvious eventually that you're not committed to that person, and that person will just end up feeling more hurt. So rather than just doing that, I feel like this is why communication is key. Like you have to really be honest with yourself before thinking that you're only just doing this for that other person's happiness. Like don't lead them on for anything.
But you know what though? I don't think it's meant like that. I think it's more like, for me, right? So I agree, don't do it. But I think what it is, there are a lot of people that can't be single. I have I have a few friends like that who I've never known to be single. And this doesn't apply to all of them, but some of my friends just can't be single, right? And for me, it's almost like, for people who I think are quite insecure, not like, I mean, we're all insecure at some point, but like to the point where it's just so overwhelming, you're projecting those insecurities onto someone else. And that's like I know this guy who was dating someone, and the girlfriend was like very OTT to the point that like when he wasn't with her, he was constantly worried, right? And it's almost like if you're that insecure, you're kind of suffocating your significant other with your insecurities, which is then going to break them down. And it's almost like I'm struggling, you struggle with me, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely the case with like the insecurities. I feel like there's like attachment styles that I've done recently. I think I was a fearful avoidant or somewhat secure.
Yeah.
But I forgot. But it has some relation towards that in the sense that I feel like some people, they want aspects of the relationship, but once it actually becomes a reality, it's just like, nah, it's not for them. But even though at the same time, they just like the idea of being in one in a way. But I feel like there's no point of trying to not, you still feel insecure in a way. So I feel like there's no point of still being in that state of ambiguity and still basically being in a relationship with that person, even though you're still uncertain. I just don't think that's right. It's not fair.
I also think, for me, the way that I think for a midpoint, which is what someone said to me, well, not me personally, but just about people in general, I think a lot of people want more the physical side.
Yeah.
There are loads of people that will happily have friends with benefits. There are loads of people. And the relationship's like, not a burden, but like, it's like a necessary baggage which that poor person doesn't need to put up with. Do you know what I mean? Find someone that can like just bone you and leave. Find someone that can pull it in and leave.
I think a lot of people like the emotional connection before coming to sex. And I
get that as well. But also I think there are, well, yeah, maybe either. Someone who you're like not like properly together with, but you just like chill and vibe, and then like the ones that you can just like fall about with if needs must. No?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think as I was saying, a lot of people I think they like that idea of a relationship, but with it not having a title. So I think that probably links to that.
Do you not think that's a commitment issue though? Because I think it is.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in that situation if you was actually committed. So, yeah, it's definitely has something to do with that in a way. And I've been through situations like that. Not as in a sense that I've never been in a relationship before, but things where I want a relationship, but that other person at first, they're on the same page as me, but eventually down the line, they're just like, I'm not really feeling it anymore. But I commend them from that, because at least they don't lead me on to anything, and then I end up feeling hurt. So it comes back to my point where I'm saying that communication is key.
You're so right.
So
you're so right. I'm really about like, if I was to be like linking someone for the longest time, and you say to me, do you know, I'm not feeling it, I'm sorry. I respect you.
Yeah.
Do you know, I really respect you for like telling me straight up, oh, like it's not going to work. However, like, you know, when you're like, you know, because a lot of guys, it's a male issue. I love the women. It's a guy issue where like a lot of guys will like lead you on, right? And instead of like not saying anything, they just go silent. They just ghost you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, the worst thing you can do.
Just tell me you're not interested.
Literally.
Sorry, I'm not feeling it.
No.
Because then it's like, it makes you go a bit mad. It's like, okay, well, what did I do? What did I do wrong, you know? Whereas like we could save all this like hassle and baggage and just like stress back and forth, and you can just say to me, it's not going to work.
Yeah. There's some men like that. And I feel like there's some men who do that as a way to like, I was just saying like, their actual needs, they're just only using you for sex, but because they know that you want a relationship,
they take advantage of that.
Yeah. So there've been cases like that in my experience as well. But you do have to be mindful of that. The other person in that dynamic as well who wants a relationship, you do have to be mindful as well and be real with yourself with that other person, and think to yourself that if that person actually wants you, he would have got you already, type of thing. But then again, at the same time, I saw a tweet, I think it was yesterday, about if that person actually wants you, he would have got you. But sometimes people actually go through some issues within their lives that makes it hard to like put a relationship.
Don't fuck them about though, just burn it off. The thing is, I'm a firm believer in like, right person and wrong time.
Yeah.
You know, very much like people could be like, oh, I'm into you, but like this current moment isn't
Yeah.
working for me. Like
Yeah.
I can't like restrict you or say to you not go find anyone else. But like if you happen to be around whenever, let's like meet up and let's like see what happens, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the issue is for a lot of men, they want what they can't have. So you could be putting it all on a plate for the longest time, right? Throwing your availability like a fucking, like, I don't know, whatever. And then, like, they ain't interested. And then as soon as you turn your head, they're thinking twice and thinking, oh, hang on. You know, they really, like I said, they want what they can't have. More than not.
Men are just very complicated creatures.
Do you know what I mean? That's not a bit of me, man.
No.
Apart from Lil Nas X.
Yeah, but yeah, that's life, innit?
Let's look at the, so it wasn't that much of a like divide, to be honest with you. Usually it's quite like it depends on the week, but usually it's, I don't know what I'm saying. Right, okay. So 93% agreed. So they think if you're not ready, don't get into them. 7% disagreed. Give some reasons. Show. Okay, D, what's his surname? DS, right?
Nintendo DS.
Let's go, baby. He's retro. Trauma breeds trauma. If you're not ready, you're likely to cause more pain despite it being fun. This is it, and that's just being fucking selfish. I had a friend who
Someone's getting banned next door.
I had a friend who was very difficult. They were very, very difficult. And I can remember I used to always say to my other friends, I really hope they don't get into a relationship because they will bring that fucker down with them. They did. They did get into a relationship with someone, and this person was like wonderful, like absolutely wonderful. And we were all like, they're gonna bring them down, 100%. And then they broke up, and I bumped into the ex months afterwards. I was like, oh, like, are you okay? Like, how are things? And they just said to me that it was too much. It was too much. Like, it just wasn't good for me. And yeah, but she literally just said it was too much. And oh shit, I was meant to say she. They said it was too much. And I think, do you know what? I respect you for like taking yourself out of that situation, because the thing is, right, the issue is with a lot of people, men, women, whatever, people give a better side of themselves in the honeymoon phase initially, and obviously they can't maintain that. So then, like, you know, like when you're like falling for someone and they're treating you right, like they're taking you out, they're treating you like a proper babe, and then like 3-4 months down the line, it's like, you're why are you not replying? Why are you not turning your back to me when we're together? Do you know what I mean?
Life, yeah.
And it's like,
basically, yeah, sucks.
okay. NF, I like this one, because you can still have fun and shag around without giving lifelong trust issues.
Is that for a yes?
Yeah. So they're saying because you don't need to get into a relationship, so you can have fun, and it's not a problem.
But like I was saying, some people are not like that. They like the idea of a relationship, but at the same time, they don't want to experience the reality of being in one.
I think it's just I can't repeat myself again, but it's just communication. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it fucking clear what you want.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, what I've noticed is, a lot of people will shift what they're gonna say depending on what someone else says. So say you and me are a thing, right?
Yeah.
I say to you, yo, what's good? What do you want? You're saying, I'm waiting for you to respond so I can match what you say, right?
Yeah.
So you say to me, you're like, oh, yo, I want this, I want that. I don't want that, but I want to beat you. Right?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. People just like to lead people on through the actual owning true, genuine intentions. Like, they just mislead you. And then once they get what they want, they're just like, nah, I saw it was never like that type of thing. Yeah.
HJ, do the inner work before making it someone else's issue responsibility. It's unhealthy. Because you're going to project that shit onto someone else. And like, unless you're like a sociopath or a psychopath, like, don't be so selfish and sort it out.
Yeah.
I need to find one with someone who disagreed, actually. I wasn't ready for a relationship, MK, but it's worked out for me. But I think it depends on maturity. There's a certain way to go about it. I really hate the answers where it's like, it depends. I'm like, no, it doesn't depend. Yes or no? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're still in a relationship, clearly something's going right. But I don't know, I just think I wouldn't put myself in that situation because this is the thing, right? In this current state of mind, I'm fucked, right? I'm a proper I'm not like majorly depressed or anything like that, but I have a lot of work to do on myself before I give it to someone else. I'm very conscious and very aware that where I'm at in this current state of mind, I need to sort myself the fuck out before I can learn to find someone else and then share my life with them. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's selfish. I think it's really fucking selfish. If you're very aware that you are in a very vulnerable place and you want to project that onto someone else so early on, but I know that's the difference. I'm not in denial about it. Whereas there are some people who are like, I think some people think they will have fulfillment from a relationship. If you're feeling insecure or low or empty, that relationship, that partnership is going to fill that void, and it just isn't the case. And I think you have to do work on yourself.
Definitely.
You have to look after yourself and sort yourself out before you can even think about pursuing a relationship. But that's just how I roll.
I think there could be cases where some people are just it could be a thing where they would think it just won't work out for them because of what they're going through at the moment. But once they actually go through it, it turns out wow, it's not the case which I thought it was. It turns out to be better, and they realize that actually a relationship works for them despite whichever circumstances that they're in a way. So I feel like this is the thing in where you have to have I forgot the word again. You have to have not any expectations in a way when it comes to things like just dating and relationships, because I feel like once you have expectations, they usually go opposite in a sense that
I really appreciate the type of not mannerism but mindset. Let's go with the flow. I really like that, because I think if it goes one way or another, you can't really make too much noise because we didn't know what we were going to get ourselves in for.
And that's what makes, I think, genuine is a key component within the dynamics of relationships and dating. And I feel like, I like that idea of going with the flow, because it's just even if it don't work out, then it's not really a big deal, because it's something that I wouldn't say expecting, but at the same time, if it happens to not work out, then it's no big deal. And the same way, if it goes into a relationship, you wasn't expecting it, but at the same time, if it comes to that, then in a way, that's cool too. Because what am I even saying? I'm not even making any sense.
It's the rum.
Literally, I'm not making any sense. Literally, but I was just trying to say, essentially, I think the unexpectedness is what makes relationships work. If you force things, I think that's more of my point. If you force things, then it would not work out well. It just makes it feel like everything is rushed. And I feel like when you rush stuff, then it doesn't.
Yeah, it never ends well, man.
It never ends well.
How many love stories do you think... No, I can't think of any. I was going to say, how many love stories do you know where people have been they've met, they've got together after 3 weeks, they've got married, have a family, and it's just not long.
No, white people do that. I can't lie. There was one case of, I forgot, one of the contestants' parents or whatever, I forgot. They got together, they first knew of each other.
What's this for?
Love Island.
Right.
Yeah, the contestants.
Yeah.
I think both of their parents must have met somehow.
Oh, I've heard. Oh,
yeah,
this was the last one. It was George and
I don't know any of their names again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it literally the same thing. They met within the first week, and then I think at the end of 2 months or something like that, they're already married. So yeah, white people move fast.
I'm looking at you sideways.
Yeah, black people, I feel like it's more of a case where a lot of us just like to do situationships, and
which just end up complicated.
Yeah, and then imagine being gay on top as well. It's like you'll never win. Like, so yeah, it's a hopeless case at this point. Yeah, is everything okay?
Yeah. Fuck's sake. Okay, cool. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Right, so I like to plug people. Right, to the black boys. Oh, why am I looking at that camera? I'm like trying to get my face in. To the black boys watching, come on, big him up, follow him, subscribe.
Aaron XOVO on Instagram, on Twitter.
You can look at that camera.
Oh, my man.
I just did the same thing.
Wait, so let me say it again. So if you want to follow my Insta, because I'm Leng, obviously, it's Aaron, so AARON XOVO. Big up Drake, because I was born in October. And on my Twitter, it's in London, so ITS, obviously my name, LDN. And then I forgot my Snapchat, but Snapchat is too childish now, so I'm not.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Do you know what? If someone actually messages me and says to me, like, I'm a 23-year-old man.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I'm
if-
25. I feel 50. I know I don't look 23. I look 18, but yeah.
How old are you? 23.
25. Yeah, I
thought you but I thought you then went, I'm 25. Oh, I'm 23.
Yeah, but it's 25 in the sense that I feel like I'm 50 because I'm
Okay.
25. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, fair. No, literally, if someone actually says to me, "Oh, I'm can I have your Snapchat?"
Yeah.
I actually don't reply. It's giving childish.
I'm not gonna lie. I formed my most genuine and best relationships with people on
In
Snapchat.
recent years.
In recent years on Snapchat.
Okay.
I think it's because in the sense that you can do streaks and like you can upload.
Yeah,
like,
streaks gives me
there's-
like 18.
There's one person that I met from a club last year. We have like the best relationship, and we're like on 400 on something days now, on a streak. Like that's just mad. But I would never have thought that would be the case. But I think it's the idea of having stories that you can interact with. And having more ways to converse other than texting, that I like the idea of talking to people on Snapchat. And I think because of that, I formed the most like genuine and best relationships with people on there. So yeah, but apart from that, I still find Snapchat childish. Like, yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to get kicked out. Okay, so please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Definitely.
The Winning Side Pod, plug myself, Jord Help. I'm going to try it one more time. You know, do you know what, right? When I start drinking, I've noticed that it doesn't make sense. Like, I'll start talking, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I'll do it while I'm editing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck did you say? Like, I'll have to get like a second opinion. I'll be like, Mum, did you get that? And she's like,
Yeah.
no, Jord, I didn't. Let's try again. Right, my name is Jord Hellwood. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. The Winning Side Pod. I always have beautiful black people on here, so
Period.
let's go, baby. Right, in a bit.
Bye.